Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the next Months of Gainax video. For this one, we are taking a look at Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone. Okay, to establish my point that I made earlier, I have not enjoyed the Evangelion franchise, and by the end of Eva, I was very, very close to just dropping the entire franchise and skipping the rebuild films. And, well, for at least 3.0, as you probably know, I'm glad I didn't. How does 1.0 and 2.0 stand? Well, I'll get to 2.0 after I've done the Medaka box review and the Corpse Princess review, which I think I'm only going to get one season of that one in. But I'll be honest here, we'll get to that one in a little bit. But first, here is 1.0. First up, the story. This is easily one of the weakest points of the entire movie. It's almost word for word the first 6 episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is not a remake, this is a recap with some condensed footage. AKA, the story is practically the second version of Madoka Magica Movie 1, which you guys know I was not fond of because of its condensed recap. Here is no exception. The difference is I didn't like Eva to begin with. Whereas at least Madoka Magica I do like. But yeah, this is pretty much word for word the first few episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Unfortunately, it wouldn't deviate until the second movie, so this one we're stuck with pretty much watching the same crap again. But if you like that, I guess that's fine by you. I did not enjoy that aspect of it. So, how's about the characters? Okay, to clarify, the characters themselves are not bad, but we're once again back to basics. I didn't like the Eva cast to begin with. So, but at least we're not end of Eva where I just outright hate them. So that's at least some good news. So sadly there's that. So we're back to the fact that, yeah, look up my opinion on Neon Genesis Evangelion, and you get my opinion on the characters here. They're no different, with the exception of Shinji. Shinji is a little braver in this one. It's not noticeable at first and it's very subtle, but you know what? Good for them. Yes, good. Alright. The English dub here is actually pretty good. It's the one thing I'll give this movie. It's one of the few things I'll give this movie. The English dub is far better than Neon Genesis was, because Neon Genesis had some problems of dubs from the 90s. And some that are still occurring now, but that's a totally different subject. And not one I'm quite willing to get into at the moment. So there's that. Also, as a side note, Spike Spencer and Allison Keith reprise their roles as Shinji and Misato respectively. And they are the only two, at the moment, voice actors from the original series to return. Alright, so how's the animation? This is the highlight of the film. The animation is great here, and a vast improvement over its predecessors. I will admit, though, that the animation gets better and is outdone later, but this is a good start. So I'm liking the animation here, no complaints. Where I can complain, however, is the weakest point of this film, the music. I don't remember a single track from this one. As a bit of a spoiler for the second review, for 2.0's review, it would not get good music until the third film. My opinion. I guess it's not bad though, so there's that. Okay, one last thing to note before we close off the review is this is actually more of a Studio Kariya, Hideaki Anno's creation movie than it is Gainax. But since it's still a part of the Evangelion franchise, and there's still some credit to Gainax, I'm going to include these. I will not include the Cowboy Bebop movie, however, even though there was some involvement from them. Just a side note. We'll get to Cowboy Bebop later. Overall, this movie is not bad. And I'll actually say I kind of like this more than the series and the previous movie. But what the problem is here is that it's more recap than it is remake. They need to make a remake, not a recap. That's the main fault of the movie. And that is ultimately why I can't give it a high score. Because this is recap, not... It's not a remake. Not yet, at least. We'll have to wait for at least one more film before that happens. So, I give Evangelion 1.0 a 5 out of 10. With an overall recommendation to probably stream it first. If you like the Evangelion reviews, if you like Evangelion already, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this one. So, I say check it out, but maybe not buy it until you know you like it. That's my suggestion, at least. And it's actually pretty easy to buy because Funimation is pretty plentiful with their English release. So it's a pretty easy find, and I do recommend getting it. If you're an Evangelion fan, maybe stream it if you're not. Anyways, that's all from me. This has been Star 6 Wars 1, and I'll see you guys next time.